recently I wanted to get a headlight for my bike. The one I've got probably looks more like a torch than a headlight, but I think that's the direction a lot of these are heading often, the serious ones. The one I've got is designed for people who go off-road, which is not something I do much, but it's rugged and reliable. This is it. It's by Knog. I'm assuming the K is silent. It's spelt K-N-O-G. It's an Australian company. And I'm assuming the K is silent. Now, this bit is a 1000 lumen torch. This bit is a 5000 milliamp battery. Now, I'll go into all the modes in a minute, but if you press this little thing here down and pop it off, torch, battery. If you look at it, you'll see your standard connector for it, but there's the USB out piece there, and right below it there's USB in. So you plug that in to charge it, but you can also plug any USB device into there to charge the USB device. So you've got battery storage. Now, from what I've read, the torch on full strength, that's 1000 lumens, will run for about 2 and a bit hours in theory on full strength. Around town riding at night, you're never going to use it on the full strength. It'll probably, in my case, I found one of the blinky modes is best. There's also a little cap that goes on there if you've got this sitting around in your bag not attached to this, because you can buy a bracket for your head. That's a standard headband that puts the torch here and this bit at the back, and there's a cable to connect it if you want to use it for something like that. There is a bigger one of these. There's a 10,000 milliamp battery pack, and there is an 1800 lumen torch, and they're fully interchangeable. I could, if I wanted to, buy the 10,000 milliamp battery pack and plug it into this torch, or plug this torch into the plug this battery pack into the 1800 lumen torch if I wanted to. But I found this was suitable for me. The bigger torches, it's actually physically bigger this way, and it's got more LEDs, but I found this good enough. It's pretty simple. It comes in 2 parts when you get it put together. It blinks briefly once it's connected, and you're done. By default, if you do anything with it, the little LEDs under there turn on to tell you your battery charge, which I'm obviously full charge. It's turned off. If you want to check the charge, it's a touch sensitive at the bottom. You just touch it, and it turns it on. It doesn't turn the torch on, because the torch is always off until you rotate it. It's got a cute little bracket piece. It's got 2 notches in it. The bracket on the bike has a little knob. You slide it into either one of these 2 positions, and then you just tighten the knob quickly, and it's safe and secure and not going to go anywhere. To turn the torch on, you rotate it and hold it, and you get a blinding light. A quick turn like that changes the modes. There's one, that's probably the one I'd use second most around town. And for most around town where there's good lighting, that's probably the one I'm going to use. turn and hold to turn it off. Now, it comes with two USB cables. That's your standard micro USB at one end, normal USB at the other. This one is pretty much a USB extension cable as far as I can tell. I don't know why they just didn't do it as one long cable, because that's just your standard female and male. I have no idea, because in my bag I leave these two plugged together anyway. Nice and red, so you're not going to lose the damn things. So I have no idea why they got them in two pieces. But I probably don't need to keep these in my bag, because I've already got another USB cable in there for other things, because it'll take any micro USB to power it. And yeah, it's I found it to be really good. I tested it out in a dark park, and the 1000 lumen light actually is really bright. It's a fairly wide spread, not super wide, but there's no zoom capability on it to focus it in, but you don't really want that on a bike anyway, because this is basically, it's designed for bikes, that's it. The blinky one with no light in the middle is very good to be, you can be seen for quite a distance with that. Yeah, I found around town I'm not likely to use the full strength mode, just because there's so much street lighting you're probably not going to need it. But if you're ever in a big city where you're going down the occasional dark alley or through a dark park that didn't have any street lighting, you'd probably find that very handy. Now, after this, I will attach to the end of this video, I should say, I'm going to attach some video that I did earlier on the mount on the bike. Now, in my case, the mount is held on by a bunch of cable ties as well, because it's designed for quick release, and I don't like quick releases. Now mine, I had to use the rubber spacer because the mount is got quite a big internal diameter, so I used the rubber spacer, and I like to have it on there nice and tight, so I thought, well, I might as well put it on tight and then I'll cable tie it into position, because it's not likely to come off. It's not something I'm going to take on and off, especially since this slides on so easily. It slides into here and it just slides in to whichever one of these two positions, and there's little sensors in there that it connects it, like little magnets, to help you know when you've landed in the right place. So yeah, but I found it to be very good, very reliable, and it looks nice, and it's made of metal, it's not plastic. So I haven't tested it, but I'm guessing that if it dropped off, it's not likely to crack in a hurry because it's metal. So if it dropped off onto the ground for some reason, or you're getting it out of your bag and fumbled and it fell on the ground, it's not going to be an issue. There are a number of different versions of this, and different strengths, but I think the top three, or the top four, I'm pretty sure the top three anyway, you can interchange the torch bit with the battery bit. So I could just keep what I've got here and go and get the battery pack piece from its big brother, the 10,000 milliamp one, and have a lot more battery power if I really wanted to. I honestly can't see the need for that, but I could do that. And yeah. Oh, further to the torch, or I should say bike headlight, you can download an app for your computer that allows you to adjust the programmed modes in the torch, because it holds 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 6 in the torch, but there's about quite a few more than that, so you can go and select from what's in the app, and you can replace all the modes that are in the torch Looking straight ahead in the middle there, you can see the mount for this light. It's quite small. Now, this little light is actually quite easy to attach. It's got two, whether you can see this in the video, two distinct locking places. One there and one there. So because of the shape of this, all you have to do is slide it into that track, and you won't hear this on the video, but you hear it slight click as it finds the first one, so you can mount it there, or go a bit further and you can mount it there. And then it's just a case of winding this forward, in this case, until it locks. That is it nice and solid. That'll survive off-road juddering and all sorts of carry-on like that. And then it's a nice easy reach to turn her on. I'll turn her off. Basically that's my review of the Knog bike light slash battery storage. Yeah, brilliant little gizmo. If you go to their website, you'll see a lot of their other stuff. It's, I think from memory, it's knog.com.au, I think. If that's wrong, I'll put the correct one up here later.